So I've been running around collecting stuff for the fish room. I've been building ponds and stuff outside. Something I've been wanting to do ever since I built this fish room and built the water change system is finally start to get it more organized. So I start working these tanks, making them look nicer. And as much as I love my algae tanks, you know, I would at least want some of these to start looking better. And part of that is, you know, I've got fish that really don't belong together, like these fairy cichlids and these rainbows. I really shouldn't be keeping them together, but I am. But now it's time to get things moved off and get this guy where he should be forever. And then these guys can just have these tanks, because these Synergos rainbows are super rare and they will get this whole 75. But it's not just as easy as, oh, I got to catch those fish. I'm going to have to tear out these rocks. I'm going to have to save this guppy grass, because who knows if it's got eggs on it. So definitely want to save that. And this is down off, like, you got the inler wall and then you got the gallery here. So these front tanks will all be considered more gallery. Then everything in between, that'll be like my dirty work tanks. Over here in the corner where I've got one little space left for a future project that is like, it'll be way down the line. But I do got some temporary totes that I've been using, so I can actually clean one of these out and then we'll save the guppy grass in it. Alright, so since this is so low to the ground, I get a picture here. This is how we'll get rid of the water. It'll be too hard to siphon it out. I know there's no babies or eggs in this, so I don't mind getting rid of the algae here. I'm just going to restart it from scratch. Now that I have that cleaned out and cleared out, I can start grabbing this guppy grass here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this stuff from the back. Now I'm adding the guppy grass and algae and stuff before the water, because that tub will be too heavy and it'll be easier to just get this guppy grass here. The eggs will be fine just for a little while being dry. Kind of spread it out too. You don't want it too clumped up, because then it can suffocate the eggs and make it harder for the fry to find their way to escape. As you can see, it gets messy. I pretty much got all this. And rainbow fish, their eggs are actually sticky. Now the cichlids in here, they're mouth brooders. They won't have eggs in this, but it's really the rainbow fish we want here, the eggs, because they're so rare. This guppy grass is really rooted in here. Some really nice nuri Rosa maiden crep in here as well. Alright, now I got most of the guppy grass and stuff out of here. I'll have to clean it up a little bit when I get back. But you can see dirted tank. It is going everywhere, but that'll actually settle here soon. You'll see. Let's go ahead and take all this back to where we got it. Let's put the broken end over here so we don't run into it again. Now we need water for, now we need some water for that tub, so might as well get it out of this tank. Might as well get it out of this tank. You're gonna have to do a water change anyways. Max power. Of course, I got the big hose too to quick water change. And you can see how I got 3 different hose gauges. So this one buys me more time for more detail in between, and then fast. Alright, just add water. Oh, help if I put it in there. I would say it's going to take about 2 or 3. It's going to take about 3 of these though. If you notice, I hit the same spot. That way it just doesn't go all over the place. Alright, 2.5. That'll do that. So we'll give that some time and hope we get some babies. Let's get this cleaned up. Now you can see it's actually cleared off quite a bit already. Still a bit of guppy grass in there, but next I got to get all these rocks out of here. You can see where they made homes out of it. He is not going to be happy. Oh yeah, he's already biting at me. He's like, I know what you're about to do. The only problem is those things will try to run into my crypts. And if they run into my crypts, that'll be a big problem. So I kind of want to catch those as I'm moving these rocks out. And over here too, you can see where I built caves down in it. Actually, I got a good plan. Real good plan. So I'll just take the big net. Instead of trying to chase them down with the big net, just try to cover the plant with, well, it's too big for the big net. Okay, this might be trickier than I thought. That's not gonna work. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to catch these guys in there. Keep them from going that direction. Always make sure air bubbles out of the net so it sits well and you're not fighting it. Okay. Always 2 nets with these kind of fish. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go 3 because I'm gonna build me a wall of nets here. Hopefully detour them. Alright, so I got my 3 nets here. Start grabbing rocks. Slowly make sure that they're not gonna fall. All while watching the fish because I don't want them to run. Because if they run, I want to at least know where they're at. So this is kind of a procedure. Take these base rocks out first. This is why I haven't done this yet. I knew it would be such a mission. What's up, little buddy? You're a good looker, but we gotta get you a new home. You'll like it, trust me. I'm gonna go ahead and get all this guppy grass out of the way too. That way we're not fighting that with the fish and them getting into it. I don't know if you can see, but there's corkscrew valve in there as well. I'm trying not to pull that. Alright. Here we go, buddy. Don't run. Oh yeah, they're cuddled up in that rock. They're cuddling up. Stay cuddled up. Now if I can get him. So I'm going to close the gap here. Since, make sure the edge of the glass, I'm tucked into that. I want to close this gap for sure. That way they got less space to move or dart into. And if they do, hopefully they go into the net. Oh, he's right in front of it. It's the last top one. You go in there, buddy. Oh, look at that. So he just made my job easier. So hopefully I can get her to go and do the same thing. So this will be my pair. I just need to get Buddy in there. Nobody. I need to block this side. So that's a corner to run. She's comfy in the net, so that's good. Okay, close this up. Alright, let's get him in the net. No, 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 buddy. Go into the net. Come on. No, 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 no. Oh yeah, let's not do this the hard way. Come on, buddy. God, she's in there just fine. You're gonna have to go in the little net or something, guy. Ooh, that was close. Get rid of that rock. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, where did he go? Oh, he's over here. Hey, get back. Alright, hey buddy. this. Alright, we got him. Coming up. Coming up. Well, she was not in there. I got him. I don't know where she's at because she slipped away while I was busy messing with him. Let's get him in his new forever home. Alright, buddy. Which one is it? It's gonna be... Well, I can't put you in either one of those. Oops. I should have thought about this. Actually, let's put him up here. No babies, no babies. There we go, buddy. New home. All your guys's. I was breeding rice fish in here, so I'm kind of looking around for babies, but I don't see him. He is a beautiful fish, though. So I'll go ahead and get my rocks out of here. I'll have to hunt her down. She probably went to the other rock pile. So I'll have to do the same thing for that rock pile. Oh, I found her in the corner. Come on, darling. I'll get you to daddy. Alright, I got her. Get back, get back. Boomski. Alright, let's take her to her home. Well, that plant's about to get into that aquarium. There you go, he's in there. Sweet. That's been needed done for a long time. Now to get the rest of the rock out. So there used to be 3 in here. It was a love triangle, but they actually just took her out recently. Which means I think they're about to get into breed mode and pick on my rainbow fish. That's why this is real important to get rid of them. So I do not want those rainbow fish to get murdered as well. Now they got their own place to live. Just going through, I'm trying to get all the little bits of guppy grass that are left. I don't want this stuff growing back in, and I plan on doing a different plant, which you guys will see. And go ahead and do a small water change in it. About 30-40%. So here's the tank the next day. Looking good. See how much settled down. Now I want to go through and waft the detritus and stuff that's on these leaves, because if I don't, it'll really feed algae. They'll need to get all these little bits of guppy grass. But underneath this tank, I've got a beautiful tank with some stems and some cryptparva. I gotta get the algae out. But it's also got a lot of nice pearlweed, which I'm gonna take the pearlweed out of here and put it up there. I just gotta get all those little bits of guppy grass out first because I don't want it to intertwine in time. And if you want to see if we end up with babies out of this, hit the subscribe button. I'll try to keep you guys updated. So I went ahead and did a water change through the whole system here on this side because I was already moving stuff for this. I siphoned out the guppy grass where I could. Now I've got to get down here, pull this algae out, and get some pearlweed for the tank above. So when it comes to cleaning up these tanks, see all that algae that was everywhere? You just kind of pull it slowly, pull it off of what it was on, and I can get the whole bottom coverage here. Move my basket. That's my breeding basket. And I see that it kind of ends over at this way, so I'll just comb my hands through, slowly fill it out, and keep it all together. So then now I'm left with just one huge thing of algae that I can get rid of. And I want to get rid of this before I add my water, because when you're adding the water from your water change, it adds a lot of oxidation that will kill and take care of a lot of the little stray pieces, because obviously I didn't get this. There's pieces all in the water column, but the oxidation of the air will kill all that through your water change into the pit. And of course, gotta wash all that off for sure. I don't want to track that around to other tanks and other places. But I need to do a video for you guys on this Molly tank. It's pretty cool. Hopefully soon I'll get that done, because it's one of my favorites right now. Alright, so you can see there, Hardly any algae left. And now I can go ahead and get the pearlweed. I need to move this Luigi arcuata, which is beautiful right now, to the stem tank. I think I'll let it grow out more. It keeps giving me stragglers. Now, I could either bury this or float it. I guess I could put one of these stems in here too, why not? Put that little baby in there like so. And it'll be cool because I really want this crypt to run this way. I'm hoping the Vallisneria will try to push it that way. I'm going to do more of like a half and half. I'm going to let half of it float and then I'm going to sink part of it. With this, you just kind of spread it out with your fingers and push it down. Or you could also get some sand, kind of dust it over it. It's dirtier that way, but it does work well to keep it down. There we go. Let the other float. We've been retanked. It's not much pearly. Let me got a little more in here. Oh yeah, that's algae too. So we'll throw this out. See how I come through? Look at all them plants growing up underneath that. That should do it for this tank down here. You know, I got a few more of these pieces. Might as well add them in. I also took some of the small pearlweed pieces and put it in my breeder basket here, which got bacopa and Brazilian pennywort in it already, but we'll see how that pearlweed does. There's actually moss all around that too on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. And on the side. Because I think the pearlweed and this Luigi actually get along pretty well. We'll do this whole backside wall. That Luigi arcuata. It's a hybrid. Here we go. Not much now, but it'll grow out in the future. I'll put this guy over here, give some contrast to the side. Also a block for the water. Sounds like a plan. Alright, that tank is ready. I do kind of need more floating for those Synergos. Maybe I'll plant more of this and then get some actual floating pearlweed. Because I have pearlweed all over this place. Some that's already floating will make them guys feel better. And in the meantime, we can carpet this stuff out. Yeah, and while I'm doing all this, I'm actually doing my water changes too, which is really sweet. Yeah, here we go. We got lots of floating pearlweed in here. I don't think these fancy tigers are gonna mind if I borrow some. At least I hope they don't. It'd be bad if they did. I will be sad. And once again, you see the Luigi arcuata. I know, it's a good combo. There's some algae in there. It's not a big problem. And the stuff I sell, it doesn't have algae, but I do not mind it. And let's see if I can kind of hang it up around this corner here. Because the Vallisneria doesn't need a lot of light, but the pearlweed would appreciate the light, so will the Luigi arcuata. That, and I can kind of hang it at the top here on these once the water level gets up. Yeah, that'll be good. And that'll give them that coverage, because fish like to have some kind of top cover that they could get up underneath and hide from, because I say it a lot, predation from the top is what scares fish the most. Alright, so here we are next day. Tank is settled. Now I really cleaned out this tank and redid it all, but you can see down here I've got a fish down, and down here I got a fish down. So they were my two biggest fish. All the rest are fine, no signs. But if you look at the one on the bottom in the middle, it's crazy how they're kind of paired up and still like they are. They could be feeling threatened in here or not as comfortable, but that one on the bottom in the middle doesn't have the yellow on it, but it does have the black lines that is consistent with this type of fish. See the coloring, the lines? So I'm thinking I may have 5 males and 1 female in here. How I got so male heavy, I don't know. But the one fish down and the other, which is sad, are both males. So, what happened? Was there a battle? Did they take each other out? Did the 2 alphas lose against the group? Now what do? Do I take the rest out, try to use my pair where I can? Which can be tricky too, because I don't know why. Rainbows do get aggressive sometimes. Over what? I don't know. But I have had pairs kill off the female. Recently happened to my Millennium Orange Albino Rainbows. And also, I think they were my Cato River rainbow fish. Luckily I back them up and always have babies somewhere of them. But now, is she stuck in here with all these males? Now, she doesn't mind being in the group, you can see. But something definitely went down. Now, I don't know what to do with this tank. So I went from setting it up to, hey, I'm going to have to reset it to get the results I need or want. Because, I don't know, it's kind of hard to give a whole pair a 75. Because I would just take the males and put them elsewhere. Or what I could do is take out a pair and put them in like a 40-gallon, try to breed them out that way. The better looking pair. And then I could just leave the male rainbows in here. And then I could actually keep this as my male rainbow showcase tank. So it would be nothing but the males of other rainbows. Because I am heavy on some other types of rainbow fish. But it's sad, sucks when this happens, but it does happen. Nature, it's a fish eat fish world when it comes to aquariums. And I won't go digging my arm getting those guys out yet. Actually, second day, they always float to the top, so you can just grab them then. Or you could just leave it for food for the system. Depends on your aquarium. But yeah, it sucks. Tank's looking good though. I guess I'll just pair them out into a 40. I did want to show you another example of rainbow fish breeding too. So these are actually bred in more of a community setup. You can see different sizes of them. But look at all that top coverage and places for fry to hide. So they were able to have babies that have places. This is how it would happen more in the wild. So you would have predation off of a lot of them, but there would be enough coverage in the aquarium to allow some to survive. And that's why it's a numbers game with fish. Now I could breed a ton of them by collecting the eggs, separating the eggs, and doing all that stuff, but I've got 300 some aquariums, so it's really wild what you learn from all these things. I thought I would share this situation. No, it's not always the brightest, but hopefully you guys have learned something from it. Well, remember I had that mysterious murdered rainbow fish. I think I figured out why. There was still a fairy cichlid in here. Big chunky mama. Here you guys go. Enjoy. And you know, that's only a couple tanks out of hundreds here that I've got to redo and get going up to where they really should be. So if you want to see more and what ends up happening here, because I've already got that ladder out, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.